Good morning, everybody. How are you? It's your buddy Uncle Bruce here. Welcome to Thursday, March the 2nd, 2023. Oh my gosh. Did you know that a year ago today, the Fed funds rate was zero? A year ago. A year ago. There was inflation a year ago. It was starting to show up, and they were calling it transitory inflation. Transitory. And 6 months later, by the ninth month, September, rates were definitely higher. And here we are, higher yet again. And now we watch every little announcement very closely, labor reports, unemployment reports, inflation, home sales, car sales, on and on and on and on. We're watching it all, wondering, are we going to go back to where we were a year ago? Can we go back to March 2022 when interest rates were nothing? 2021, they were nothing. In 2020, they were nothing. Could we go back to that? Because it was great. We didn't realize how good it was, and yet we were bitching and bitching and bitching about it. Yeah, you never realize how good it is until you go somewhere else. But that is the way of the world. Welcome one, welcome all to the party. Um, you option writers out there, you're going to make money. I'm sorry, you're just going to get richer. If you're an option writer, you're hanging out with this old guy. You're on the right side of this market because the market out there is asking itself, well, what should we do? What's going to happen? How's it going to go? What are we going to do? Even over at Best Buy, they're very honest at Best Buy. Those managers, CEO, the board of directors, they're coming out to the world saying, "Here's our financials. Our latest quarter, we met our lowered expectations in sales and profits." Well, let's talk about the next 6 months, 3 months, 9 months, a year. We're not so sure about how that's going to go. Down goes the stock. How dare you be honest with us as the market? We're going to punish you. We're going to dump your stock because you're being honest with us. That's right. Honesty is sometimes not the best stock policy, but reality is a good way to go. And really, Best Buy is doing the right thing by letting everyone know that we're not sure. We're not sure what our situation is. By doing that, they've just avoided a whole bunch of potential lawsuits from dozens and dozens and dozens of law firms staffed with all kinds of lawyers to investigate public companies if they are misleading their shareholders. Best Buy just coming out going, we're not so sure about the next quarter and the quarter after that. Sales have been slumping. We've noticed in our stores here at Best Buy that our $2,000 televisions and our $1,500 sound systems and our, all the other toys we have for the middle class to come and enjoy. We're noticing that people are not as enthusiastic to pay 10% more, 15% more than last year for goods and services, for products. And we're finding that to be an issue. And yeah, well, welcome to the party, pal. Inflation is here, and it is not going away. It fluctuates just like stock prices fluctuate and opinion polls fluctuate. Yeah, they fluctuate, but inflation hasn't disappeared and is not disappearing. It is not. Sorry, and therefore the wonder is at Best Buy. We may have if 1% of our clients decide to wait another 3 months, 6 months, or a year before they commit to whatever they want to committing to, what do they want to buy? That affects us dramatically because we at Best Buy are a kind of like a grocery store. Our margins are razor thin here. We need to move billions of dollars of stuff to make millions of dollars of profits. And we lose that one percentile up at the top. And that 1 billion in sales short, oh, that's not good, because that last billion we get is the biggest profit margin we have because we paid all our expenses, all our employees are paid, the rent is paid, everything's paid. Now it's just profits, and it didn't come in. This is the issue going forward. We shall see. Over at Tesla land, we're down to 187 a share right now on the pre-market, down 15.50. We were at 189 last night. I think 191, 189 last evening after the presentation. That Tesla show and tell did not work out for shareholders hoping for a $240 market this morning. There are option players out there, and I mean millions of option buyers out there who bought into Tesla for the last several days and weeks, anticipating that today was payoff day for buying up contracts, and some buying shares, looking for a real cool flip. There is no cool flip here. It's heartache, Mitch. It's heartache. Not good at all. 187.55. The company did not announce a stock buyback. They did not announce a brand new car. They did not announce this, $25,000 electric car that they've been teasing about. Nothing happening. There wasn't one of those just one more thing moments like Apple used to have. And so analysts are going, well, we heard about, they want to increase production, and we heard about they want to, improve battery production and capability and all this stuff, but we didn't hear what the stock speculator was looking for. And that was the stock buyback idea and new car and all that. Not happening. Okay, well, 187.57. So what's the downside on Tesla? Another $10, $20 is possible. Not maybe today, but then again, maybe today. This stock can move $25 in a day, anytime. It's moved 15 right now. It could go to 177 this morning. Could. I don't know if it will. I don't see it going to 250 now. I don't see that. So those of you who have written options on Tesla, way to go. Those of you who are into GameStop contracts, of course, we're looking at a pre-market here of $18.01 on GameStop. We're at down 14 cents at the moment. Not on heavy volume, but that also is that's telling. There's no heavy buying interest at 18.01 this morning to start the day. We were asking ourselves lately, well, will they break 19? Can they hold the 19 level? Now the question is, can they hold 18? I don't think so. I think they're going to go into the 17s today. I was talking about this 3 days ago, going, we might be in the 17s, late high 17s, mid 18s, and here we are. We're going lower again. Option writers, enjoy the ride. What can I tell you? If you've written 24s and 23s and 22s and 21s and 20s, and you did roll-ups last month, you went from 18s to 20s, and then some of you went from 20s to 22s, and some of you went from 22s to 25s. You went way out to September, October. You went to January 2024. You wrote way out there on consecutive roll-ups, rollovers. Well, it might be rollback time. It might be time now to buy back calls at a nice lower price and write calls perhaps a little closer in time and closer into the stock price. Might be time to write 20s from 25s. Might be time to write 19s from 21, 22. If you can write a lower strike price, bring your contract closer to the market, and maybe you can bring in 6 months, 2 months, 4 months of time and take that off the table at the same time. Good move. Really good move. For those of you, of course, who are winning, you followed my suggestions here in the last month or two, and you did write 25s, and you took the 450, and you sat there and watched the carnage. You're now $7 out of the money, $6.80 out of the money, $7 out of the money on your calls, and they're sitting at $1.80, 50 cents. It's time to buy those back, and it's time now to write new calls that might be 20s for $3, $4, $5. Go out shopping, take a look at the option chain, and see where you can haul in the cash. Today might be a day to raise capital in your accounts by rolling these contracts, to buy back the cheaper contracts and write higher priced contracts. Always be writing. Do not fear the upside on the markets at all. I wish I could tell you that the market's going to go straight up. We're going to have record highs. I wish I could, but I can't tell you that because we are seeing now the 30-year U.S. Treasury hitting 4% yield. The 10% U.S. Treasury is now pushing 4%, 4.07% yield. It was 3.99 yesterday. We got all excited. 3.99, 3.99. It's going to go to 4. It's 4.07 now. The 10-year is going higher. The 2-year is at 5. It's pushing 5%. So if the 2-year is at 5, the 10 is going to go to 4.5. The 30 is going to 4.25 minimum. But we have higher rates than that coming. Sorry, we're going higher. Thing to you for you folks out there who don't follow the bond market, and again, I'm not a bond expert, but this much I do know. In the last month, the 2-year has risen about 1% in yield, quite dramatically. The 10-year has risen up quite nicely as well. These are some of the highest, fastest up moves in yield, which means prices of bonds are falling in the last month than has been seen in decades. And in the bond pits, we don't have those anymore. That's the floor. The trading floor used to be staggered with stairs all the way down to the bottom. There were traders at various levels of the bond pit, big circle. In that area, if there were a bond pit right now, they are panicking over there. They are crapping themselves over there because a 1/100th percentage point move is a big deal. 5 basis points, 5/100ths of a percent is a big deal. 1%, a 1% move, 100 basis points move in 30 days. This is carnage. This is value evaporating in the options market. Let me tell you a little story, just a little thingy for you about the bond market. I remember when I was a broker back in the 80s. I was a branch manager at that time, and I remember talking to a bond guy at the time, and bond guys had no time for retail salesmen like me. I was a stock guy. Okay, luckily I was a desk trader and branch manager and salesman, so I had all those titles. And so the bond guy kind of looked at me and went, "Okay, you know what's going on. Okay, I'll give you 5 minutes of my time because you retail brokers are just idiots. You don't know anything." And I said to the guy, "Well, what kind of leverage is in the bond market? Just kind of help me out here. Like, I'm your new nephew, and you never met me before, and I'm asking you what your business is like, and you're giving me 5 minutes of your time to give me a crash course on the bond market. What is the leverage situation over there?" He says, "Oh God, Bruce, you want to buy," and we were talking about government bonds. So at that time it was Government of Canada bonds, U.S. Treasury. You want to buy. You want to buy a bond, and you're guessing on the movement of the bond, whether it's going up or down as far as the bond price goes, which means yields higher or lower on the opposite side. I said, "Yeah, how much money do I need to margin bonds? Because in stocks, we need half the money. We need 50% to margin IBM stock, for example. So if the stock's at $100 a share, we need $50 a share cash to buy $100 worth of stock. But if the stock goes to 90, we're wiped out because it's only worth 90. We can now only borrow 45 against it. We owe 50 on it. We got to come up with money. What about the bond market?" He says, 10% max. So you need 1/10 the money. I said, "Wow." He says, "Yeah. So if you want to handle a $1 million bond, you need 100 grand." And I said, "Well, how much money can you make on this? What are you talking about?" He said, "Well, if a bond moves, a certain small percentage, a $1 million bond might be worth $1,050,000 in a couple of days, depending if the bond market is going higher." And it doesn't sound like much, $50,000 gain on a $1 million bond. But if you only put up 100 grand, and now your 100 grand is worth 150 grand, 50% return on a $50,000 move on a $1 million bond. Now, he said, we got guys in this office here who are dealing with pension funds, hedge funds, mutual funds, and heavy duty traders, gamblers, who don't want to play the piddly ass retail stock market. They want to play some serious dough here. We got guys with $10 million handling $100 million in bonds. I'm going, whoa. He says, "Yeah, they don't wait for the bond to go up $50,000 in value per million. They're in and out when these things move $5,000 per million. Like we are talking fraction of a fraction of a fraction. 1 basis point, hundredth of a percentage point, can make a guy, girl, investor, gambler, hundreds of thousands of dollars, huge amounts of money, and losses. And then there are the options, the bond options markets, the futures, all that whole thing. So this was explained to me in the 80s. In the 80s, when you had to make a call to a bond trader, your broker who then called the bond desk to get a now it's all clickety click click click. It's all here. The bond market is as liquid now as the stock market is as liquid for you. And you guys are now able to do trades that I, as a broker, couldn't do either. The only guys that could do trades as quickly as you can do trades today, back in the 80s and the 70s, even the 90s, the only folks who could do trades faster or as fast as we can now were the floor traders on the options floors. So if you were a Chicago options trader and you're in the pit, the options pit, and you wanted to buy and sell calls on Tesla or GameStop, you could buy and sell calls in your pro account right on the floor by yelling it across the floor. But even then, that was inefficient because you had runners posting the trades, and you always had disputes between guys. I said 15, not 50, and here it's clickety click click click. Go to the bathroom, have a seat, do some trades, go back to your office. Thank you very much. We're doing that now. This is being done now on everything, and will continue to be that way. Lightning quick trades with very little commissions. And the brokerage firms love this. They love this because there are no middlemen in between you and the trade anymore. They don't have to pay a whole bunch of people money every month to come on into the office and handle your requests for option buys and sells. You do it yourself. It is called serve yourself. Just like at the grocery store, it's self-checkout. Well, you're doing self-trading, and you're doing self-checkout at the trading desk, and your little phone tells you where you're at on this account at all times. Interest rates are going to go higher, and in Europe, they have to go up faster than in the US to catch up to US rates. And there's a war going on right now. By the way, the word war apparently screwed up a G20 meeting happening right now. I forget where this is. Somewhere in Asia or somewhere. Anyway, there was a G20 meeting, and the United States representative was there, and the Russian guy was there, and blah, 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 blah. And the Chinese were there. And again, the G20, the top 20 economies of the world were there. The G10, Russia wouldn't be there. But in the G20, they're number 18 or something. At least they were. So they're allowed in. They were coming out. They're trying to come up with a final, what's called a communique. They were trying to come up with a final kind of like a letter about here's what we accomplished. Here's what we agree with as 20 countries of the world. And they wanted to say that they're not very happy about the fact that there's a war happening in Ukraine. China and Russia would not agree to signing that communique because the word war was in there. That's how far apart everybody is. When you can't even get the word you can agree on words, let alone the intent of the words, you're screwed up. You think this isn't going to cost the economy a lot of money? Oh, it will. You got to wonder, going forward later this year, as the year goes on, how much more in the way of sanctions are going to be put on the Russians and the Chinese, because these two guys are teaming up. And if train loads and boat loads of ammo and missiles and whatever go from China to Russia to then be lobbed into Ukraine, how will the rest of the world look upon that with regard to China? Do you want to buy spatulas from these guys? Do you want to help them by buying electronics from how much you want to support these guys so they can support the Russians to annihilate Ukrainians? Up to you. Fun times, to say the least. So there's uncertainty there, and that isn't going to help interest rates. It's not going to help business. If you're in the bullet making business, you're providing bullets for machine guns that these guys use. I guess it's good for you as long as you can make a profit margin. But yeah, for the rest of us, who knows? We have to worry about that. Okay, welcome to the party, everybody. Option writers, you have nothing to worry about as far as a market taking off on you. That's not in the cards at this point in time. Apple is down 163 this morning, 143.69. Tesla is right now at 187.69. There it is. Jobless claims fall again, holding below 200,000 for the seventh week in a row. Strong labor market. That's what that means. Strong labor market. Those of you who have jobs, fear not. Your employer can't find a replacement for you that's any cheaper than you are. That's a definite. They are saying we're doing layoffs and we're letting people go, but a lot of companies are doing attrition. If that, many firms are short-staffed. They can't do layoffs. They're short-staffed as it is. So they say, well, we're not hiring. Well, yeah, the reason they're not hiring is they can't find people. It's not that they don't want to hire. They just can't find them. But they're using the lingo to keep Wall Street happy. We're holding our levels, our manpower levels where they are, which is historically low. Yeah, no one wants to join your company and work for your $14 an hour and take the tyrant that's your manager. That's why you can't hire people. Apparently, I read a headline somewhere. I didn't find a story on. I didn't go into the story, but apparently a judge somewhere in the U.S. ruled against Starbucks. Apparently, there was a lawsuit going on. It's been going for over a year now, and it's coming to a head. A judge ruled against Starbucks. Apparently, Starbucks seems that Starbucks fired employees of various coffee shops in the New York. I don't know if it's Buffalo or where exactly. I don't quite know exactly which location, but apparently people who were, making coffee in Starbucks. Some of these employees were excused from further participation with the firm because they voted to join a union. And the judge kind of went, that's, what's the word I'm looking for? Oh, that's illegal. You can't do that. You can't fire people because they voted to join a union. Oh, and by the way, how do you know that they joined a union? How do you know that? Did the manager of that store know, and then the manager ratted them out? Or that entire location voted 80% to join a union, so they were all fired over the next year? You are gone. This month you're gone. Next month you're gone. Slowly but surely, the unionists were eliminated from existence. New employees were brought in that have no clue about unionism. And all is well at Starbucks, except for the judge going, no. So now what happens? Do these employees get some kind of a payoff, some kind of a damage thing? Does the company get nailed? This should be interesting. Yeah, it's kind of illegal to punish employees for what they vote for. But what can I say? It's 2023, and that's a whole topic I don't want to go into. But I wouldn't be surprised, in my humble opinion, if other suits are in the works out there for other organizations and corporations. Amazon comes to mind. Talk about a unionized drive going on at Amazon. Whoa. Maybe that's why the stock is backing off right now. I don't know. Welcome, everybody, to the party. We're up 61 points on the Dow. That's tentative. We're down 21 in S&P. We're down 105 on NASDAQ, 0.88 of a percentage point. NASDAQ continues to back off, as does S&P, down 0.54 of a percent. The Dow's only up 0.18 of a percentage point right now. That is the story. I saw another headline earlier this morning. It had to do with a food production company. It might have been a meat processor or one of these kind of outfits. And the headline was something about how they're not performing very well on their bottom line, and that the issue that they were running into was persistent inflation was causing them all kinds of problems on their bottom line to try to make money. And this is a headline that no one really zeroed in on, but I caught it and I went, yeah, there you go. There's this invisible force that is just eating eating companies alive here and there. You don't. It's not headline grabbing news as far as front page goes, because it's not to do with the top biggest companies on the planet. But yeah, there's issues here happening behind the scenes, in the back room, and there are companies out there who are suffering tremendous um, earnings losses. Margins are getting crushed. They're just turning over inventory. Retailers are desperately trying to unload inventory to reduce how much capital they've got into inventory that is not needed right now in the shop and out and out. Um, there's just all kinds of logistics happening out there. I'm trying to find this headline for you, but I don't think I'm going to find it. Best Buy stock drops after quarterly profit and revenue beat, but full year outlook well below forecasts. There's that story. That didn't help for the stock this morning at all. Burlington Stores, they're worried also about going forward. They're not wowing the analysts out there. Here we are. Hormel, the company Hormel, stock sinks towards a 15-month low after earnings miss amid inflation pressures, supply chain issues, and volume weakness. That's the triple play of death. You got supply chain issues, lower volumes, inflation pressures. How does a company make money? It doesn't. It loses money when this happens. It is not a good thing. And again, Hormel is not going to make the front page of the New York Times. It's not going to make the front page of the Washington Post. So many investors out there will not know this headline, will not get this headline. Oh, and by the way, have you heard something new happened in the last 20 years? There are no stockbrokers to call the clients to say, hey, listen, I was looking through all these papers that I do every morning for you at home and at my office, and here's some of the latest headlines. We should be careful with our investment strategy going forward. There are no stockbrokers calling their clients with this. You, the client, with your own brokerage account, it's now in one of these things. You're supposed to read all these millions of headlines that come out in the middle of all the gobbledygook headlines and all the shill headlines that are being done by the oil industry and the insurance industry and the car business and the medical business, all the headlines done by the analysts and the so-called consultants to these outfits. And you're supposed to come down into the heart of the matter and find real financial stories as what's really going on in the economy. That's what I had to do for you. That was my job as your stockbroker, that I would find these stories and I would write down headlines on a piece of paper. And when I started making my calls, every day I would call 1/10 of my clients at a minimum. And so every 10 days, at least, I would talk to you, whether you traded or not, and I'd be giving you updates. Now, some of my clients loved the daily phone call and they'd want to get the update by 11 in the morning. What's the latest? What do you think, my friend? You're the one watching my money for me. What are you seeing out there? This is the kind of news I'd be throwing at you as your stockbroker. There is none of that anymore. I know some of you out there have experience with financial advisors. You have wealth managers that work for you, apparently. You met them maybe once or twice. Do they call you all the time with updates? I don't think so. I don't think you guys get phone calls from your wealth managers. You might get emails, kind of like recap emails that come from the head office to all the clients. And if they rank you a level B1 or something like that, you might be like a $300,000 to $500,000 client. You've got a ranking. If you're a $500,000 to a $1 million account, you got another ranking. You're $1 million to $2 million, you're another ranking. And if you're over 5 million, you get phone calls. But below that, you get these email alerts. And if you're below 100,000, you don't even have a wealth manager because you have no wealth to manage. In any event, the SEC has now determined with the industry guiding them on how things should be done. The SEC is saying to the world, oh, it's just fine. If you're getting email updates from your wealth managers, you're getting all the information you need to help guide your investment decisions. everything is great. Back in the 80s, if I didn't talk to you once a month, and you lost money in the market, you would go to a lawyer, and the lawyer, an SEC specialty lawyer, like an investment lawyer, who would then sue my firm because I didn't contact you to let you know how your account is doing. And there we'd be in court someday, or we'd be in discoveries, and there'd be all kinds of cases. Of course, brokers that didn't call their clients, I would fire these guys. I would dump them and bring another broker in to handle that account and try to keep the client calm. Everything has changed. Everything has changed. Now it's all on you. You have to look after your investments. You have to keep on top of these stories, because you don't have a financial advisor to look after your money anymore. It's unless you got 5-10 million bucks, you don't matter. You don't count. You're on your own. Now, look, you want to retire in 20, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, the next 5-10 years, you want to retire? They say you're going to need a couple of $1 million of assets to be able to retire on, because when the point in time hits that you're no longer mentally able to manage your entire life's needs anymore, or you are backing off from day-to-day handling of your affairs, handing it to your kids if you trust them, or you have an advisor, you better have something to be handled to make it work for you. And if you're 40, 45 now, 50 now, and you don't have $1 million already, or $1.5 million already tucked away, you are behind the 8 ball already. And you're in big trouble, because in the last 20 years, you were supposed to have gone from nothing after college to something like $1.5 million by the time you're 40, 45. If you aren't there, you're a loser. But no one told you that. They tell you now. They tell you 20 years after the fact that, oh, by the way, you should have been saving $10,000 a year for the last 25 years. Gosh darn it, you're going to be a little short when it comes to retirement time. If you're one of those folks, guess what? Welcome to the party, because most North Americans and many Europeans are really not in a position to be that well off. I will admit that if you're part of a union, if you're part of a very conservative or very a constructive and proactive company run by people who give a crap about their employees, then you likely have a pretty good pension plan. You have some pretty good benefits, because the employer understands the value of their employees. And not all companies are bad, but a lot of companies are run by management that have no interest and no ownership in the company. They're just parachuted in by the board of directors, because the founder of the company, that family that founded the company, they died 50 years ago. And so successive management teams and boards of directors have turned over inside this organization. And now you have CEOs and CFOs and all these other high-end people who own nothing in stock, never will own stock. The board of directors combined own 3% of the company. The biggest shareholders of a lot of these firms out there, a majority of the stock is held by pension funds and mutual funds who expect management teams in place to run these companies profitably. And so the employees are the last group to enjoy any benefits, because management has determined that rather than give all the dough to the employees with benefits and all kinds of pension stuff and health care and like the most generous holiday package, we'll grind these people for as hard as we can, for as much as we can, so that we can do stock buybacks. And that will keep our pension funds happy, our hedge fund guys happy. Wall Street is happy, because returns to the shareholder are what it's all about. Because in Wall Street, they don't give a crap about your retirement, because you don't matter. What they need is returns for their clients. And you're not them. You're not the clients of the guys in Wall Street. You're a grunt in a company, as far as Wall Street's concerned, somewhere out in the boonies somewhere, which means the other side of New Jersey and beyond. And you don't matter, because they never bump into you at the private terminal where they get on their jets every weekend to go and have some fun. You're not in their orbit, and you don't matter. But the pension fund manager matters. The hedge fund owners and managers matter. The dollars that are inside these entities really matter to these guys. And so they're grinding management of your company, that one that you work for, to bring out as much in profits as humanly possible. So delay improvements to the infrastructure of the building you're working at, delay new equipment, delay training, delay just and get rid of certain departments and place this work overseas, like call centers. Replace the North American worker call center with an overseas call center and save $5 million a year, and then buy $5 million more worth of stock back on the open market. There's who your boss is. And so this is why you're on your own. If you've got a pension plan with an outfit like this, and they're barely matching you on your 401k contributions, you now have to take control of these accounts. And the sooner or better that you can get your 401k or get into an IRA, a self-administered IRA, where you can write options on stock positions that we talk about here all the time, the sooner you can do that, the better, because you've got to take the bull by the horns and make something happen, because it's just no one is working on your behalf. Nobody is working on your behalf, where there are so many millions of employees out there who are hoodwinked into thinking that, oh, it's all going to be great. It's just, oh yeah, they're matching dollar for dollar on my retirement. I'm putting in $100 every 2 weeks, $200 a month is going into my retirement. They're putting in $200. That's $400 a month going into my retirement. I'm going to be worth a millionaire when I quit this job. When I retire out at age 65, I'll be a millionaire. You saw the charts. They gave you charts that show these bars going straight up. You put money in today, it's worth this much in the future. The problem is with this issue, it's a $2,400 a year going in. 10 years, that's $24,000 going in. 20 years, it's $48,000 going in. How can $48,000 over 20 years become $3 million on retirement day? It doesn't compute. I don't know where that bar graph comes from that does that. It doesn't happen. Because the returns that you're going to get from these investments that they're making for you, you're going to be in some kind of Fidelity or Schwab or some kind of mutual fund thing, and they have fees all over the place, and you're going to net out half the returns. The returns are 8%, you're getting 4.5%. Inflation is 7-8% right now. Inflation has eaten up already 2 years of returns that people had up until 2020. And we haven't had the markets go to new highs since 2021. In November 2021, the market hit its all-time highs. We've not gotten there since. The Dow's 5,000 points behind the all-time high. So first of all, that chart that was showing you nothing but gains, it's been chopped off. It's flattened at the top, and not even at the top. It's below the top. And now inflation is eating up what's left. You're down 20-25% on your actual money from 2019 to 2023. You're going backwards, and it's happening quickly. And now you're beginning to find out that, well, they're actually they're talking about layoffs here. They're talking about furloughs. They're talking about letting people go. This isn't so good. And you're being offered, you're being presented with 3% pay raises, 3.5% pay raises for a job well done. And if you're paying attention and hanging around with me, you're in trouble, because if you're hanging around with me, you're listening to a troublemaker. I'm a troublemaker. Because I'm trying to give you the straight goods on what's happening to you. You're being given a pay cut, and the performance of your retirement plan is under par. Inflation is eating you alive. It's costing you more money to renew your mortgage. You are losing to standard of living right now, big time. And this is not going to get better in the next 2 years at all. It's only going to get worse. I want to be Mr. Happy and Mr. Good News, but I can't. That's the problem. I can't be Mr. Good News. I have to be Mr. Reality. This is the story that's going on with a lot of folks who are working their butts off and are reaching kind of a mid-management level out there. You aspire to that after 10, 15 years of service to these entities. Not good. Anyway, that's the story as I see it from here. We are 18 minutes away from opening our trade. Larry Titus will ring the bells today. Thank you for those of you hitting the thumbs up button this morning. I appreciate it. You've got to take control of your accounts. You got to take control of your retirement plans. You've got to make them work for you. You have to put the effort in to make them grow rather than have some invisible management outfit running your money for you where they're taking, I don't know how much of a percentage of your profits away from you because you never see it. You don't get a bill. They just give you a return, and what they really returned is theirs. Anything over that is theirs. By the way, when you have a bad year, the management fees are still built into a bad year. It just compounds the losses. It's not good. You've got to take control of it yourself. If you want to learn how to write options and join most of the folks who are over here talking to me, the ones with the green names and the little logo beside their names, those are members of this channel who are likely option writers. A whole bunch of them are here, and they talk to each other here all the time, and they figured out that they can make some dough if they run their own accounts, because you don't have to pay these 3% management fees to anybody else. You keep that for yourself. That gives you an advantage right there. And now you know what your money is doing because you're the one running it. Check out my website and learn how to write stock options. It's your one thing that's in your control, in your hands. Head over here to my Canadian website. That's why it ends in CA instead of .com. It's a Canadian-based website because I'm a Canuck. And there are 14 classes over there. And check them out. Learn how options work, why they exist, how they are created, how they trade, who does it, who writes them, who buys them, who sells them, after you write an option, then what do you do? The classes are for you. How do you close out a position once you made some money on a call? Now what? How does that work? And then what do you do? Watch the classes. Hang out here with us, and you'll quickly figure out that once you're an option writer, you're always an option writer, because writing options isn't a single transaction. Option writing is a new way to manage your account. New way to you, not a new way in the scheme of things. I can't tell you, and you probably can't tell me, how many times have you been exposed to ads on YouTube and anywhere else? You watch TV late at night, these info commercials. How many times have you been exposed to these info things where they tell you a new way to manage your money? And the presenter is 28 years old, just got out of college or never went to college, and is just reading a script about how rich you could become, getting into this and getting into that. A new way. There is no new way to make money. There's an old way to make money. You have to be ahead of the curve, and you have to be knowledgeable about what it is you do, and you have to be better at others who are doing what it is you want to be doing. So you want to become the most successful investor, or one of the more successful investors. You've got to be better than half the investors. You got to be in the top half of the class. Now, you want to make mediocre returns, you got to be probably up to 66% of the investors. If you've reached number 66% in knowledge and awareness of how the markets work, you're going to make some money. Below 66 percentile, you might make a little, and under 50%, you're a loser. You're going to lose money. You want to make a living on your own investments. Depends how much you're starting with, but if you have a small amount of money and you want to make a living, you better be right up at the 90 percentile level, or 95, because you are pushing your money to make much more money than a millionaire needs to push their money. You've got $1 million or $2 million in the bank. You only need to make 5-10% a year, and you can make a living on that. You can live on 10% from $2 million to $200,000 a year. You can live on that. But if you've only got $25,000, $30,000, and you want to live on that, you got to turn that into 50, 75, 100,000 a year to pull 50 out to live on minimum. And that's not a $200,000 lifestyle. You want a $200,000 lifestyle? You got to build that pot. And you better understand just how this business works. The options market that I talked to you about, the equity markets as well, it's a whole other market. Yes, the options market follows stocks, but options behave differently than stocks. And folks here have figured this out very quickly and have realized, oh, wow, this is actually not that complicated, actually. And the other thing that you've realized as an option writer, you're realizing that I'm up against idiots. I'm writing options. These people who are buying my options, they're morons. I can't believe how loosey goosey they are with their cash. Because the reality is, a lot of people who are buying your option contracts are lottery ticket players. That's what they really are. They're not investors. They're looking for the big score, a quick score. They think they're in Las Vegas. They think they can buy an option from you, or 5 options from you, or 10, whatever it is you're writing out there. There are option players out there thinking they can buy contracts from you and anyone else that wants to sell contracts to them, and that they can make 10 times their money within a week. Easy money is what they're looking for. They're looking for a stock to get hot, like Tesla. Tesla was supposed to go to 250 today, and those option buyers who bought those 180s and 190 and $200 contracts, they were going to be cashing in today big time, because Elon did not let them down. He let them down. We're down 15.92 on Tesla, and the winners on Tesla option contracts are the writers. Guess who the writers are? Some of the writers are on Tesla contracts. The viewers of this channel. If you have been here for the last 3 months, you are well aware of the fact that a whole bunch of viewers of this channel picked up stock in Tesla in the low hundreds. They picked up deep in the money calls, and guess what they did? They started writing options against their stock, and they've been rolling them up and adjusting them all along. And every single one of my viewers right now, this morning, cannot wait for the next 11 minutes to go by. If you're a Tesla option writer, the next 11 minutes are the longest 11 minutes of your life. You can't wait for the market to open up, because the stock is off 15.77 in the pre-market. And some of you know that some of those calls you wrote are probably $10 lower this morning. That means $10 a contract is $1,000 a contract lower, which is good news. Why? Because you've sold them already. We have viewers here who sold contracts in the last week, month, 3 months, and they're sitting back going, hey, I wrote them for 50 and they're now trading at 35. Or I wrote them at 60. They were at 50 last night and they're probably going to be 40 this morning, if that. And I wrote them for $60. I brought in $6,000 and I can buy them back for $4,000. That is $2,000 to me per contract. This is some of the kind of money being made around here. It's not consistent for every single last viewer here, but even if you've written contracts that are in the money and the shares went to 220 and you were at 160, 180 on a call, those 160s and 180s are falling in price. And this morning they will fall further. And there are smiles all over the world from viewers of this channel who have been writing Tesla contracts. Same thing on GameStop. Even though GameStop is sitting here at 18 odd shares, 17.99 pre-market, there are smiles across people's faces on this channel, because there are hundreds and hundreds of viewers of this channel, at least hundreds, who have written GameStop contracts. Every single viewer of this channel this morning is loving the fact that GameStop is at $17.99. If you've written contracts, you're smiling because you can't wait for the option market to open up. There are tears on the casino floor from all those lottery ticket buyers who are buying the $20 GameStop contracts, 22s, 24s, 25s, and up, that gave you, the viewers of this channel, hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not $1 million+ has come in to the viewers of this channel from GameStop contracts in the last month and a half, 2 months, and ongoing for the last year and a half. It's been just a ton of money. You want to learn how to do this? You better step up and study it up. 14 classes are waiting for you on this website. Take one at a time, whatever you want. Start with lesson number 1. You want to really do this and potentially retire earlier, or retire much more comfortably, or salvage your retirement account, or you're young enough to learn how to Build your option writing performance so that you can actually replace your day job with a job of managing your own money full time, being a money manager of your account, writing options. And that means doing it on one of these, which means you're mobile. You do not need to be in an office. You do not need to be in front of a computer all day long. You can be anywhere you want with this. Go for a bike ride, go to Starbucks for a coffee, go to Costco and shop, meet your wife for lunch somewhere, go on a holiday together, go visit your mom and dad for a while and steal away for an hour or two and write some more contracts and take care of everybody. Whatever you want to do, wherever you want to do it, you are no longer tied to a cubicle. You will confuse every relative and friend you have because they won't understand what the hell you're doing. They don't get it. They won't understand it. Why aren't you working? Why don't you go to an office all the time? Why aren't you always in front of a computer like other people who work from home are? Why are you going for a bike ride? Why are you taking your dog for a walk? Well, I don't understand how you make money. I don't see it. I don't see a cash register. I don't see a store. I don't How do you do what you do? And you try to explain it to them and they just gloss over and go, I don't understand this because they don't want to learn like you wanted to learn. Step up, kids. Head over to that website. Check the classes out. Join the party here with some of the finest YouTubers on YouTube. Become a member of this channel and try to make a couple of bucks. That's all we're trying to do. We don't make $1 million per trade around here. We don't have lottery winners in this house. What we have are income generators in this house. We have people here who are generating income from a market that it's just handing it to them because the desperado gamblers on the option floor are desperate to find a lottery win, and they're searching and searching and searching. In the meantime, every one of my option writers that are here are casino owners. They own their own little slot machines on the floor, and people are playing them, trying to hit the big one. The best thing about being a casino owner as an option writer, they give you the money up front. Just like in Las Vegas, you got to put the money in the machine and you never see that dollar bill again. Same thing here. People hand my option writers cash up front when they buy their contracts. And now the cash is sitting in your account immediately, and you can decide what to do with it. Either leave it there or invest it into something else or leverage further forward into additional call options to be able to, in other words, deepen the money calls to write more call options on poor man cover call strategies, buy stock to write options on stock, all kinds of opportunities here to get richer quicker, build your portfolio value faster on the backs of the gamblers. StockMarketsWithBruce.ca is your first stop if you really want to do this. If you're not serious, if you're looking for a $1 million payoff in 15 minutes, this is not your channel. I'm sorry. But if you're here for income and to grow your retirement and perhaps find a way to quit your day job, you might just have landed in the right place. Thank you all for joining me. We're 5 minutes away and we're getting ready to go. I'm excited for you guys. Thank you for these thumbs up. Blair, 123rd thumbs up, apparently. Thank you, my friend. Dude is saying, I work retail and management has been forced to do a cost of living raises every 2 years since the pandemic just to keep staffing levels from 13 to 16 bucks. I'm assuming 18 bucks is next. You try to live on 18 bucks an hour if you can. Good luck with that. Figure out how much money that is on a 37.5-hour work week. I don't know how people can do it. That's under 40,000 a year. You don't have a car. You sure as hell don't have a house. You might have a 1-bedroom somewhere, apartment, maybe. Perhaps you're living in the basement of a house. I don't know how you can live on 35,000 gross with inflation of 7, 8, 9%. I don't know how they do it. It's obviously students that do this work, part-timers that do this work. People who have perhaps a significant other that make the big money, because this is add-on money. This is not survival money, but it is scary to me how many people out there have to live on this because they have no other choice. It is unbelievable. Nick DeMaurier, a headline, markets are bracing for Pakistan default as $7 billion in debt looms. There's a real mess over there. It's crazy. Unbelievable. Yeah, Testy Donkey. Hi, Uncle Bruce. How's this for a success story? Last summer, I bought an ARC Deep in the Money call to write against it. I sold it last week for a $300 loss, but I've made over $1,000 in premiums on it. That's right. You gotta love this. I can't wait to see my Tesla call, says Cindy. I can't wait. We're at 1796 on GameStop right now. Tesla at the moment is 186.89, down 15.88 a share. And there it is. Yeah, Alberto, the doorman on our building in Manhattan, income is 100,000. Garbage men make 140,000. New York pays well if you don't live in New York City, and that's the catch. These guys, the garbage men in New York, do not live in New York. The doormen in Manhattan, I don't know if they even live anywhere near Manhattan. I honestly don't know. Yeah, that isn't enough money to do well in New York. I don't think so. Interesting stuff. Man, George Sebastian, I used to be one of those option buying idiots. There you go. Things have changed. Unbelievable. Thank you, everybody, for popping through here and joining us this morning. We got to go. We're getting ready to open up, so we're going to pop over here to member comment only. Please become a member of this channel. Let me know how long you've been a member of this channel if you can. We love getting these alerts. You can do these alerts by just hitting the $ below chat, and then you'll be able to post how long you've been a member. Thank you, all of you who have joined us. Thank you, those of you who have been requesting a postcard. Would you like a postcard from Palm Desert, California, where Jen and I are hanging out? We're going to go postcard shopping here this weekend, and we've been asking folks, if you make a $10 U.S. donation to our PayPal account, we will send you a postcard if you want one anywhere on the planet. And again, thank you, all of you who have been here and following the channel, following this homeless Canadian guy who's sitting in a condo in Palm Desert right now. Well, 131 thumbs ups have come in. I appreciate that. Octavio, a member for 21 months. I am not leaving. Thank you, Uncle Bruce, for all you do. Octavio, thank you, my friend, for that alert. 21 months chilling with Uncle Bruce member. I appreciate it, my friend. It's great to have you here. And all of you who do exactly what Octavio is doing. We love it when we get these alerts, letting us know how long you've been part of the family here. There's a reason they're here for as long as they are. People who are becoming members of this channel sort of stay members of this channel, generally speaking, because the amount of info we share and work with here, it's really important. Every morning before this show, at around 8 in the morning, I do an alert show for Gold Bagel members only. If you're a Gold Bagel member, join up to that level. And Wednesday nights, prime time with Uncle Bruce, 8 o'clock every Wednesday night, Gold Bagel only. We did again last night. A good crowd again, and a bunch of folks watched on the rerun last night. Away we go. Learning all about options and talking option strategy and figuring out ways to get you guys richer. There you go. And let's see what else is going on. What else? A dude is saying, Uncle Bruce, average rent here $1,200 to $1,400 for one bedroom here in the county. I assume everyone has multiple income streams. I tell everyone at work about your channel, but few listen. There you go. It's true. It's what it is. What can I say? Larry Titus, thanks, my friend. The bells have been rung. Thanks, Larry. And here we go. Beautiful stuff. The casino is now open, says Premium. Mr. Premium. Alberto, Uncle, thank you to you. I will be forced to buy an apartment in New York City via the profits from writing covered calls. I will need the write-offs. Right on, Alberto. Way to go, pal. Welcome all to the show. We're up and running. The markets are open. Let's see how things go here. I've got, let's take a look here. These markets pop up everything. There we go. I'll try to get my devices to sync up and see if they're going to show us where they're at. I think we have the Dow up about 81 or something like that. GameStop is off 4 cents. No, it's now unchanged. Pardon me. We're unchanged on GameStop. Tesla is 187.66, 186.82. We are down $16 right now on Tesla shares this morning. How they perform today, there should be volatility here. We could be low for a while, trial rally, back off. Don't view the next 30 minutes as what Tesla's going to do for the next month. It's going to be up and down, and chillax. Enjoy the show, everybody. Apple down 63 cents, HPQ down 44. Here we go. The Dow at the moment is up 68, but S&P is down 18. NASDAQ down 95 points. That's 0.84 of a percentage point. Oil is up 39 cents at the moment. We have a mixed opening after the jobless claims reports have come out, and U.S. productivity in the fourth quarter was worse than initially forecasted. That is the another headline coming out. Not good for stocks. There you go. What else is happening here? Nazareth is 133. A thumbs up. Thank you. Lorraine is saying that to dude, one bedroom apartments, $2,400 in Chelsea, more than $5,000, more than 5,000. So yikes is what we say there. No question. Rents have gone up all over the place, and you cannot make a living at $15 an hour. You cannot. 40-hour work week, $15 an hour, $600 a week before deductions. That is $30,000 a year before deductions. You cannot afford a $2,400 a month apartment. You can't afford a $1,000 a month apartment. You got to eat, man. Yeah, this is tough times. $20 an hour used to be a really good wage. At best, it's $800 a week. That's $40,000 a year. Not going to cut it. You want to have children, a wife and kids. You want to have a husband and kids. Good luck. $40 an hour times 40 hours, $1,600 a week. That's $80,000 a year. In certain parts of this country, $80,000 a year less deductions leaves you with what, 55,000, $1,100 a week, maybe $1,200 a week. Good luck living on that in San Francisco and other large cities where the jobs are. Yeah. Because San Jose, Cupertino, Silicon Valley. There's the word I'm looking for. Silicon Valley, $150,000 jobs in Silicon Valley, and people living in trailers on RVs parked at the side of the road because they can't afford the rent of an apartment, a 2-bedroom apartment in Silicon Valley. We've heard numbers of as high as $4,000 a month, $5,000 a month base rent. That's after-tax money. So you need $50,000, $60,000 a year after tax to get an apartment. Then there's electricity, water, garbage removal, groceries, a car. Good luck. $150,000 a year doesn't cover it. It's incredible just how expensive life has become. You better make some money around here, kids, and you better make it outside of your employment because your employer cannot afford to pay you what you're worth. That's the reality. And so you have to be earning what you're worth on your own. And a number of you have taken the opportunity and are doing it by following us here and writing options on stock you already have or portfolios you've had or accounts you've had that you didn't know. If you just adjusted some of the holdings inside your IRA, you can now write options on these assets, the dollars that are in there that can make you as much as you're making at work, if not more. And the wildest thing for me is how many times I get told by people when I have my one-on-one consultations with people, they say to me, well, I own this and I have this and I have this and I have that. And listening to you, you're telling me I can live off of this stuff? I didn't know that what I have in my portfolio is valuable enough for me to live on. And we do these one-on-one consultations on Sundays, and within 15 minutes, we're figuring out, oh my God, not only have you got that, you have more than that. You have double your salary coming to you from now on. A few adjustments here and there, and you are making double what you get paid at work. You want to keep your day job? Great, but this here is really where you could be at. And oh boy, is this a revelation. It's disbelief. It starts off as no way, come on. Why hasn't anyone told me this? Why don't wealth managers call me up and say, hey, you know that plan you have, that 401k over there, or you can do this. No one's going to call you. Why would your employer hire someone to tell you you could quit your job right now? Why would your employer do? Are they nuts? They don't know either, by the way. Your bosses at work do not know that many of you can walk now and make more money out of the office than in the office. They don't even know. They themselves actually have got stock option plans through their employer that are so juicy, way better than you. They could have quit their jobs 10 years ago. Have no idea. I do get contacted by managers. I do get contacted by senior level people who go, I've been putting in for 30 years here. I started off in the stock room. I went in the mail room. I did this and sales. I went into that. I'm now up to here. I'm exhausted. I'm tired all the time. My wife and I are getting on. We haven't traveled yet. We haven't enjoyed our lives. So we've just put everything into the. Do I have enough to be able to make adjustments to my lifestyle to live off of this really? Because no one at the office is helping me, and I've talked to wealth managers. All they want me to do is have me send them the dough, the account, and then they'll manage it for me, and they're telling me 4, 5, 6, 7% return is what I should expect to get. Inflation is 8. I don't know if this is what I really want to be doing here. Is this really it? Because I know guys who used to work here who are living mediocre lifestyles. And that's why I haven't quit, because I didn't see the success for them. What am I missing? It's unbelievable. It's just, anyway, folks, if you want it, it's available. Come on down. Thank you for joining me here. I'm really glad you're here. Splair, luckily in Dortmund, depending on the district, a one bedroom can cost between 3 and 800 euros. In Cologne, it is mostly around 700 or more. Credit Savage in San Francisco, if you want to live in a nice apartment of 3 bedrooms with your family, that's $4,000 a month. That's after tax money. And Alberta, I have a property which is 3,800 square feet in a gated community. I rent it out for only $2,800. Corporate rental. I should increase the rents, maybe. Credit Savage, if you want a house in San Francisco, that's $1.4 million or more. A normal old house of 3 bedrooms and maybe 1,200 square feet, $1.4 million. Good luck with that. There you go. All that pile dancing catches up with you, Bertie, says Curtis Evans. My hip hurts, says Alberto. Curtis Evans, when I was in California, I lived approximately 1.5 hours from any major city. Navy does not pay. Lorraine, Alberto, the doorman makes more than $100,000 for Christmas, from tenants and tips. Deep value, gotta buy those homes cheap and sell them high. Oh my gosh, Lorraine, absolutely. The doormen make big money at Christmas time. Unbelievable. The Dow's up 17 right now. I think we're up 17. I'm just going to triple check here with our reconfirmation over here. If I can get this to work. Everybody, welcome to the party today. 187 on Tesla, down 1568. We're up 20 on the Dow, down 22 on S&P, and we're up down 103 on NASDAQ. So this market is going lower at the moment. We got Tesla at 187.35. In about 5 minutes, I'll be able to see initial quotes on some of these contracts. I'm hoping that those of you who have written Tesla contracts are smiling this morning with how low they are. Let's see. Splair, for real, where a casual Californian or New Yorker gets the money when he doesn't know C's covered call strategy, how do they survive? Alberto's saying, hey, Lorraine, don't give Bruce any ideas. He'll leave us to open doors in New York. Don't go, Bruce. Stay with us. GameStop, 1787, down 28 cents. SoFi down 12 to 632. Tesla, 187.50, down 15.27. Apple down 74 cents. We got HBQ at 28.23, down 63. ATIP is at 35 cents last trade, 4,000 shares today. Looks like not much of a change there. Google down 40 to 90.12. Moderna is up 56 to 136.22. Cisco down 12. Pfizer down 30. It's at 39.88. Pfizer getting cheaper every day. I know somebody that writes options on Pfizer. They got to be sitting there going, yeah, these calls are backing off there. IBM 127.88, down 32 cents. Microsoft up 114. ME is down 8. Matterport down 7. Cyxtera up 2. Rocket Lab down 18 again to 421. SmartRent down 2. Spire down 2 cents. Bed Bath Beyond is up a nickel, 155. Amazon down 63 cents. Home Depot down 97. Netflix down 152 to 311.96. Keeps going down. Vanik down 461. Adobe up 85. Goldman up down 421. Boeing down $1. Meta down 15 cents. AMC, the commons are off 41. The preferreds are off a dime. That's another 51 cents of slippage here on those two stocks. Royal Caribbean down 95 cents to 70.55. Target up 61 cents, JP Morgan down 180, Costco down 89, Walmart up 9, Disney down 67 to 97.80, Nvidia down 180, American Airlines down 22 cents. Disney stock down, down, down. Igor in charge. Doesn't matter. Disney's going lower. Florida is declaring war on its number one employer, and Disney is going, well, you're not good to us, so we might not be good to you. I don't know how this is going to work out in Florida, but what a mess. The shareholders, the employees of Disney are getting crushed by the very state they're living in that's supposedly looking after them. I don't think so. It's not looking good. I don't know. I'm just on the outside going, I don't understand it. What can I say? Wow. JR, Uncle Bruce, thank you for the SoFi advice. Sold 58 January, 7.5 calls for 129. They're currently at 114. I'm up 870 already in just 2 days. There you have it. Constantine, Uncle Bruce, for those who have available GameStop contracts to write as far as you can get $3 and $4 and fold your arms after, or what's your opinion? Yes, get out there and write 3, 4, 5 month contracts. Haul in $3, $4 a contract, $4.50. Absolutely. Can you write 19s or 20s and haul in $4? If you can do that, you're good for $24. It's $17.72. Yes. Options, Nomads. Pfizer broke its $41 support. Next support is high 38, low 39, says Option Nomads. And if anyone knows what Pfizer is doing, they know. Right on. Financial. Mr. I just picked up another January 25 $10 call for $9.30 on GameStop. What to write? I'm going to bring in some more money. $17.65 on GameStop, down 50 cents. SoFi down 17. Tesla $189.29, down $13.48. Down goes the Tesla. Down goes the GameStop. And here is Auntie Jen. Oh man. Who cares? Are we writing on SoFi? Yes, 750s, January 2024. Take the money, please, and buy more stock, or buy deep in the money calls on GameStop. Write options. If you buy more SoFi, you can write more SoFi contracts. Pick up HBQ. Buy deep in money calls if you can get them. Pick up cash and put it to work. Absolutely. Tesla, $189.39 right here, right now. I'm just going to take a peek and see if these contracts have reacted. I think Christina's got July 160s, if I recall. And those were 58.85 the other day. Like yesterday, they're now 53 bid. So they're already off another $5 just on the bid alone. Definitely backing off. The next few minutes, we'll see updates here. My machine is definitely behind at this point. Jen, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. JR says, good morning, Auntie Jen. Alberto, Auntie Jen in the house. I say a toasted sesame with jelly. If I'm right, I will send a donation, says Alberto.
Uh-oh.
There you go. So, I mean,
it's Thursday.
What?
He's thinking it's Friday.
There's that. But you say, how do I, what do I do? I don't know.
What do you do?
I mean, are my viewers now going to say, well, if you choose this, I'll send you this much money. If you choose this, I'll send you that much money. If you do that, well, let us know how much it is.
No, he's thinking it's Friday, which I was thinking this morning as well.
Yeah, feels like Friday, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah.
For whatever reason. So
we had fun here last night, Jen and I. We've had a laugh riot here lately. You folks, if you're familiar with this channel, we've been having
you've heard this one
furnace
before.
problems at the condo. We are still having furnace problems at the condo. They sent a furnace guy out here the other day, and he got it working. Yay! And then the next day it conked out, but then it came back on again. And yesterday all day, Jen and I all day yesterday tried to get that furnace to turn on, and we cannot get it on. And it's now 58 in here. 57?
No, it's 56. I just
56 degrees in the condo this morning.
I'm wearing a sweater.
Jen's got a sweater on. I got my sweatshirt on,
This
of course.
is the warm room.
This is the warmest room in the house because there are no
You got
windows.
the lights, you got your
And we
computer,
got these-
you got everything.
We got these
going.
lights up here that are shining, and they emit heat. I got my computer on, and it's nice and warm
Nice
on my
and warm.
hands here. I can touch my computer, and
You got your coffee.
I got my coffee, and I'm just trying to. We put a second blanket on the bed last night to stay super warm, and I slept in my clothing. I did not strip down last night.
There was
Cold.
no skin on skin last night.
You.
It was fuzzy on fuzzy.
Very difficult to make out when you're both fully clothed under two blankets with pillows because, well, basically neither one of you want to do anything. What can I say?
You're too busy shivering.
Too busy going, Oh,
How
man.
sad.
Cocooning. We are cocooning. We're going up to 65 or 67 today.
Full sun today.
It's supposed to be sunny, but we're cold for another 3 hours before the sun and heat begins
Comes
to
around
kick.
enough to hit us.
So the condo should get to 60, 62, 63 inside the condo, but that still isn't 70-degree room temperature. I mean, 50, what did you say?
56.
56 degrees in
Your
this
room
condo.
temperature is 68 to 73 in August, though.
Yikes. I tell you.
And so
man.
much of the snow on those mountains that we see,
Oh, man.
they're not mountains, those hills, they're hills. It's gone. It's gone already today.
Really?
Yeah,
The snow-
lot of it. Yeah,
Snow's already gone.
so much.
Just amazing. Absolutely amazing.
It was great. It was great yesterday.
There's this I've shown this picture before. This is just a promotional shot of the area here. Those mountains back there, right now, they are completely white.
Yeah.
You don't see any rock on top of it, any of those mountains. Those mountains up at the top there are
That's the
halfway
San Francisco.
down, covered in snow. I mean, snow, feet of it, feet.
Yeah.
The rest, the valley floor looks exactly like this.
Yeah.
It's gorgeous around here. It's always gorgeous around here.
There's a
it
lot
is-
of tree out on those golf courses.
Yes, we've had quite a number of trees fall down. Not palm trees, but some of these leafy trees. Some of them have lost limbs, but they get trimmed all the time. But once in a while, they go.
We
we,
lost a couple big trees.
Yeah, we had one big one here that really took a hit and got blown right
it's
over.
Crazy today. We got a 20-mile-an-hour wind today. Just consistently 20
Yeah.
miles an hour wind.
Yeah.
The flags are flying.
Oh man. Yeah, pretty bad stuff. We got this one tree here that blew over. Oops. See if I can get this picture to work. I don't know if I can get this to work. My phone is acting up on me, but yeah, here's a tree that got completely blown over. Hang on one second. Let me do this for you. There we go. There you go. There's a tree that got blown over. That is 125 feet tall, 150 feet tall. That trunk down there at the very bottom, the very base of this tree right here,
Right.
there were guys standing beside it that aren't as tall as this.
Yeah.
This is about 8 feet high.
And those lucky
root-
people got
roots.
to hear them cut it up.
And all
grind
day,
it.
all day yesterday, there were 5-8 guys with chainsaws all
Taking
day.
away
It took
truckloads.
10 hours to get
Yeah.
rid of this thing.
Yeah, poor
It
people.
has been down for a week and a half, and it took all day. We had the chipper going, trucks coming, taking big logs out of here,
Oh, it's so heavy.
and then
so
they
heavy.
had some what do they call those with the scoops, not bulldozers, but
with the scoops.
the
Like little caterpillars.
little caterpillars
Little
taking
cats,
out the
yeah.
heavy sections that guys can't carry.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
we're
they're
talking
immensely
about
heavy.
500-pound chunks of tree that have to be moved. Oh man.
Yeah, it was a
nuts.
good 2.5 feet in diameter.
Oh.
It was a good sized tree.
Oh no, not 2.5 feet.
Oh yeah.
On
that's
the
what-
bottom, it was 6 feet. It was huge.
Oh yeah, the root.
The
but,
root
But
at the
trunk
top.
of
Oh,
tree, yeah.
all the way up, it was huge. Yeah,
Big
it was
chunks of tree being taken
one
away.
big tree. Thankfully, it fell along the fairway. It didn't fall over condos. It would have crushed a condo.
Yeah, I know.
it would have-
It felt the right way.
It could have killed. I mean, it could have
Oh, yeah.
killed people inside condos.
That's
Unbelievable. Anyway, there you go.
wind and trees hurts people
It-
all the time. and
yes.
you just don't hear about it.
That's true. That's true. Man,
But
oh
it
man.
does. It does real damage to people. You get hit by one of those limbs falling. you're going to know it for the rest of your life.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Financial Mischief, August 1875s are going for 320 right now. Coyote thinking, I thought it was Friday yesterday. John Anderson, good morning. Jen from John
Good morning,
Anderson.
John.
Hi, John. We are writing, says JR. We're writing calls on SoFi 750s, January 2024s. Alberto Coyote, like minds think alike. For me, I thought it was Friday due to the dip. Slayer took the buyback order for my mom's and my own 19 July strikes down to 220. Let's see if I get hit there today. If so, on both accounts, $200 gains are going to be here. Financial, if you want to bid on the money for premium, August 1625s around 425. Sell my house faster in Upper Marlboro. Uncle Bruce, 2 weeks ago, I wrote a GameStop $22 contract expiring September 15. I got $480 for it. It's sitting at $270. $18 strike on the same expiry, selling for $454. Should I roll down or leave it more in the $22 strike? What do you think? Not a problem. I think if you go to 18, not a bad move. We're at $17.97 right now. You take the $4+ If the stock wants to go up in the next week or so, you'll do a roll up if you have to. But take the money. Yeah, why not? Let's see what else is going on here. What's that?
It's up to 190.
190, still down 12.24. Yeah. Let's see what else is going on here. Folks talking about different stuff. Okay, here's Financial Mischief. I just closed those 11 June 15s I rolled into yesterday. I locked in $750 in profit, rolled them out to September 15s and brought in $492 in premiums. Let's go.
Nice.
And let's see what else is going on. What else is going on? Here we go. Lame duck. I bought back my 190 Tesla expiring tomorrow for a 77% gain. Thank you very much. Giddy up, manager Timber on my CRM short. It's up 21%. Way to go, manager. Sell my house fast. Thanks, Uncle B. You got it. Way to go, you guys. Keep the drive alive. The Dow's up 72, but that's because of Salesforce. Everything else is underwater. We're down 66 on NASDAQ, 13 on S&P. Down we go. Oil up 25 cents to 77.94. Not an up day at this point in time. Interesting. GameStop is now 1802. It's still down 13 cents. The low 1762 on 628,000. GameStop. That's what we have there. SoFi 633 down 11. Volume 2.8 million. Rather quiet. Tesla 190 down 212. Apple down 68. HPQ down 28. ATIP 34.3 down 0.8 of a penny on 7,400. Very quiet there. Google down 30 and Moderna up 88. Cisco up a penny. Pfizer down a dime. IBM down 20. Microsoft up 49. 23andMe down 1.5. Matterport down 5.5. Cyxtera is up 5.5. Rocket Lab down 13. SmartRent down 0.5 penny. Spire down 2 cents. Amazon down 52. Home Depot up 117. Netflix down 48. Vanik down 295. Adobe up 137. Goldman down 489. Boeing up 18 cents. Facebook, the old Meta, or the old Facebook, the new Meta, down 48 cents. AMC down 35. The preferreds are down 13. Royal Caribbean down 99 cents. A lot of red, a little bit of green, but a lot of red out there. And 17.98 on GameStop again. Down 17 cents. Very, very interesting. Cindy, I bought back my 195 Tesla for March 31st, and I'm ready to sell again. It's creeping back up. Well, there you go. Right. Keep an eye. 191.37, a little, maybe a dead cat bounce here. We'll see. Giddy up, everybody. Fun time. So what should I have on the bagel today?
Do you want my guess?
Okay.
If we were in Canada, you'd be having Cheese Whiz today.
That's true. I'd be having Cheese Whiz today.
So down here, you kind of resort to just a cheese slice.
And I think that's the way to go because I'm cold. And if you toast it and then nuke it, that'll be a nice warm bagel with that cheese on there.
A little cheese to
with those sesame seeds.
Grab your ribs and hold them together.
Hold on to the warmth.
The warmth.
In this 57-degree temperature. I think that's the way it's going to go.
56 degrees.
56. Oh my God. It's the end of the earth. I tell you. Palm Desert outside, it's 43. At least it's 56 in the house.
See? Everything's relative.
Everything's relative. Oh gosh. In an hour it'll be 50 outside, and in 2 hours 56. So in 2 hours, the outside temperature will equal the inside temperature of this condo. Oh my word! The high today, 68 on at 3 o'clock this afternoon. We are supposed to hit 68 today, just below room temperature. That'll put this condo at 63 degrees, maybe 64. Ugh, that is it's not fun. After, like, when you first walk in, you go, oh, it's cool. Yeah, and after an hour, it's kind of cold. After 6 hours, it's freezing in here. Well, it's not freezing. It's our bodies going, hey, man, you're burning off a lot of energy to stay warm. Maybe you ought to put another layer on. What can I say? It is what it is. We'll call the property management company today. Hello? Bring those. You offered us space heaters the other day. Why don't you drop some off just in the meantime while whoever you send gets their act together to figure out what's wrong with this furnace? I think I know what's wrong with the furnace. The best before date is like 1985. That's my hunch. Maybe 1990. I don't know. Deuce Caboose. ME had a drug update on Feb 28th, and insiders are selling something doesn't smell right. That's what Deuce Caboose is selling. Lorraine, Uncle Bruce, that's why you paid up front. He could not play that game in New York. Give me his number. Myself and Alberta will straighten him up. We will hold him up by his collar. Manager Uncle Bruce, should I cover CRM or wait? I don't even know what CRM is. What is CRM? I don't even know what it is. You're on your own when you short stock. I do not know what anything. Chris Savage, Uncle Bruce, I bought back 6 $23 March AIs, which I got $5 for. I paid $1.25 to buy them back, and quickly turned around this morning to sell 6 March $20 strikes, and I got $2.25 each. Good move, or should I have gone further to April? Well, further out, you got even more money, and $2.25 is nice. The first one you sold for $5, you made a profit of $3.75. You can't make $3.75 on these. You'll be lucky to make $1. And so now you're playing the dollar game. You're going through all this stress to make a buck. I don't know. J-Boy, CRM is Salesforce. See, I don't even follow them. I don't even follow Salesforce. Congratulations on anyone making money on this stuff. I'm happy for you. If you're shorting it, great. But I'm not a short expert as far as stock shorts go. And so I can't even comment on CRM's last 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, 5 year, anything, because I don't, as you know, I never quote the stock. I never do. So you're asking me on the spot to give you a thought. You're asking a guy to go, you want me to guess? I don't want to guess. But hey, you guys are making money on this. I'm happy for you. I really am. Way to go. The Dow is up 51, maybe, kind of, sort of. According to my one device, it seems to be up 51. I got my other device saying we're up 69 points on the Dow. So what's going on? We're down 14 on S&P, NASDAQ down 65. Oil up 21 cents right now. And there it is. Giddy up. What else is going on here? Headline: Bank accused of concentrating branches in white neighborhoods will settle discrimination allegations for $9 million, Justice Department says. Wow. I wonder why would a bank only have branches in white neighborhoods? I wonder why that would be. I don't know. I have no idea. I'm being sarcastic. There we go. What else is going on? Let's go. Let's see what's going on. Uncle Bruce, manager, Uncle Bruce, you can make a lot of money by helping us make money. Your knowledge, our dough, and risk taking. I'm just saying. Well, I could learn all kinds of new stuff and try to teach you all kinds of stuff that I don't know much about or I'm not an expert in. But am I really guessing, or do I stick to my knitting and tell you? You can make a piss pot of money if you write options. You really can. And if you stay in your lane and write options, you can do really, really well around here. I think that's where I have to be. I have to be what I'm about. I haven't changed. I'm the same guy that I was in January 2021 and February and March and April and May and June, talking about writing options here with classes and helping guide you to keep you guys out of trouble. And that is the name of the game. Keep you out of making mistakes. Writing, being a shorter, there's money to be made in them there hills. There really is. Yes, you can make good money being a shorter. However, you can also lose a lot of money being a shorter. Unlimited losses being a shorter. Shorters are a special breed of investor. They're very necessary for the market. I love people who do good shorts. I do. I really do. But that's not my forte. It's not what this channel is called. It's not shorting the markets with Uncle Bruce. It's stock markets with Bruce, and I concentrate on helping people write call options to make an income from a source you've never thought of before at levels you never dreamed of before. And there's where I specialize, and that's where I should stick to my knitting. 17.93 on GameStop, down 22 cents. SoFi 635 down 9. Tesla 192.72 down 10.06. Here we are. Mirko lowered my 500 SoFi stink bid to 626. I got hit. Now I'm going to write 750s until Jan 24 for 119. And why not? Take 119 against a 626. Fantastic return. Turn around and buy more stock at 622. I don't know. It's 634 right now. Giddy up. Hector Marketing from the East Coast of Mexico. Hello there. Celsius 29, but feels like 31. Air conditioning required until I have sufficient shade. Coyote. Most people here don't have the capital to short effectively anyway. If you're rich and can pull thousands on a few percentage points drops, sure, but that ain't most people, so it's irrelevant. You need serious capital to be a shorter. Writing call options is one way of shorting. That is correct, and it is a much more conservative, safer way to do it with much less capital required for fantastic returns. That's why I talk about this here. Ed Hawkins, I wrote 50 SoFi 720 Jan 24s for 136. Do I cash in for a $1,200 two-day profit? No, you don't. JR, I'll keep my shorts in my dresser drawer. Manager, I covered CRM, making good money. Way to go, pal. Keep it going. It is significantly safer method of being short a stock, not comparable to actual shorting in terms of risk. Now buying SoFi with that money. Way to go, pal. Enjoy, manager. Well done. Keep it going. You know what you're doing. You got the capital. You've got the temperament, and you have the equipment. You've got the time. Well done. If it works for you, I love it. I really do. Yeah, if you got $1 million, $500,000, $2 million, you got capital at your disposal to be a shorter. Knock yourself out. But if you don't have that kind of capital, you've got 15 grand, 20, 30, 40, 50. You have that kind of money, you can write options on stock or deepen the money calls and really make some nice coin. For the size of your account, you are making money you never thought you could make. It's not doubling every week, nothing like that. But boy, it's consistent returns comfortably, and you can really sleep well at night. It's the way to go for most people, 99%, I would say. The Dow now is ahead 94 points. S&P down 7, NASDAQ down 43. We have a little rally coming into the market. Tesla 192.81 down 996. SoFi 634 down a dime. GameStop though 17.89 down 26 cents. Apple down to 70 cents. HBQ down 35. Welcome everybody to the show, to the party, and I hope you're doing well here. 35.1 on ATIP, unchanged again. It has come back to break even. Google down a nickel, Moderna up 46, Cisco's up 12, Pfizer down 8 cents, IBM down 2 cents. There you go. JR, Uncle Bruce, I have 10 May 19, $28 calls that I'm up 21%. Would you roll at this point on that? They are 35 days old right now. Okay, I'm assuming this is GameStop. You're making me guess. I don't know what you got for them. I understand you're ahead on them. I don't know what's left on them. So I can't answer the question. I need numbers. JJ Uncle Bruce, you said not to write on SoFi because this morning you're recommending selling 7.5s. What changed? Yeah, 3 days ago, I started talking about the fact that we saw the stock run up with the earnings that were nice. And they couldn't get through that 850 level. They stumbled into that high 7, mid 7 level, and they couldn't get into that breakout level that we were looking for. If they could have broken 850, which are the August highs from last summer, remember, maybe they could have gone to 9 or 10. Didn't happen. And now we know we're another 2 months away from our next earnings report. And we're grinding this market is grinding along here. My thinking on it is, if you're selling 750s and hauling in $1.20 as an example, you're offering the stock at 870, which is higher than the breakout number needed to worry about it to go to 10. And so my thinking is, if you've got 1,000 shares, 10,000 shares, 30,000 shares, you could write a nice whack of contracts, bring in some nice cash, and immediately buy more SoFi stock down here and increase your holdings. Maybe for a lot of you, reduce your costs, because some folks here have $7, $8, $9, $10, $11 averages. This would help bring down your average price. You would write additional calls on the stock you just bought, bringing in additional capital to buy more stock, to write additional calls. Again, bringing in cash to get more shares to bring the average down. And for some of you here, you're finding that you can increase your SoFi holdings by 25% off the backs of option gamblers. And I say, take their money. And so folks were watching the stock 2 days ago, yesterday, today, and are going to continue to follow this strategy to raise capital, buy more stock, and write more contracts. That's the story. Guess who's here? Thank you, Auntie Jen. This plate is so cold.
Oh, well, I
Can you
know because
feel
I just took it out, but
It
the
is so
other stuff's
cold.
warm.
The bagels are warm, but the plate is cold.
I know. Before I put my
amazing.
coffee in my cup,
Yummy.
I put water in it and nuke it for a minute to make my cup warm.
Yeah.
So otherwise, it just makes the coffee so cold.
It's so cold here. This thing here,
I know.
I run hot water through this for like a minute to heat it up. I can't put it in the microwave. It's got metal. Then I pour my coffee in here. Yeah.
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 Keep it warm.
Auntie Jen, thank you so much.
Enjoy.
Thank you. Go, Rugman.
Go right, man.
Yoink. 631 on SoFi. Go. Lovely. 1785 on GameStop. Tesla, we're down again. We're down 10.14 again. Welcome to the party, pal. The Dow's up 104. S&P down 8. NASDAQ down 56. They're warm, and it's energy. I love it. Manager, I love this comment here. My strategy is to short hyped stock, get money from that profit, and then buy our beloved SoFi. So far, it's working for me, and I can't complain. I'm saying, way to go, pal. Way to go. And you have the capital to make this happen. I say, continue on. Just continue on. Why not? Coyote, warm energy. Way to go, manager. Making the dough and rolling into additional SoFi down here. Why not? The good thing about SoFi is that the contracts for the contracts for January 2024, the 750s, good liquidity. Easy in, easy out. Take the money. Take the money. 750s, take the money. Buy more stock. write more contracts, build up that portfolio, and we'll just increase our holdings of SoFi by 20, 25%. Thank you very much. Okay. JR, Uncle Bruce, I have 10 May 19, $28 calls on HPQ. All right. Thank you. Okay. So it's HPQ. I'm up 21%. Would you roll at this point on those? They're 35 days old right now. So HPQ is 28.44 down 43 cents. You have 28s. That means they're coming down to your book price. They're going to come down to zero. They're only worth 45 cents right now. I'd sit back and let them back off. Do not be intimidated with the stock having a little run up or whatnot. The trend is lower. I don't know why. It just is. And it could well be 27.50 today or tomorrow, and you're out of the money, and you might have yourself a 50, 60% profit. So I'd enjoy the run here and enjoy the profits. Let the profits come to you because they're handing it to you. I see no reason for the stock to go up $3 a share in 1 minute, and there is nothing like that happening. Earnings are out. Sell on the news. That's what's happening. Rightly or wrongly, that's what's happening. Mm. Mm, mm, mm. Ed, good question here. If you're trying to buy deep in the money calls on GameStop, you look at those January $5 strikes, man, the stock GameStop $17.84 right now. A $5 strike is in the money, $12.84, and the bid ask $12.35 to $13.35. Ed, can you scoop those at $12.40? Can you get them for $12.40, $45? If you score them down there, you are stealing money, literally stealing money. Way better. It's under the 90-10 rule. It's under the 100 -5 rule. I mean, it's it's great. Definitely get your hands on them. JR, okay, thank you very much, says JR. Coyote Ed, yeah, that's almost entirely below value. That is below book value. Steal those. Yeah. Yeah. If they were all like that, oh, it's easy to make money. Oh, my God, is it easy to make money? That's what I thought, says Ed. I thought so. GoFundMe fundraisers for college tuition increased by more than 50% over the last year. There you go. Oh, yeah. That's a great idea. GoFundMe account for college tuition. Great idea. I wonder, are there any YouTube channels out there where the YouTube creator is a high school student and they're taking their viewers on a journey through the last year of high school, visiting college campuses, showing them how much it costs, what the accommodations would be like, how much that would be, what the possibilities are for scholarships. maybe doing sort of a twice a week video about the life of a high schooler trying to get into college, selling memberships like I'd sell memberships for like $5 a month or something like that on YouTube, seeking donations towards the scholarship. They say to their viewers, to go to this school is going to run me 30,000 a year. To go to this school is 40. This one is 70. This one's 100. I don't know what they are. I'm throwing numbers out there. I don't know what I'm talking about. And trying to get the community to back this student. And then they go to school, they pick the college, they go, they're showing you their campus, and they're now showing you the life of the first year college student and then the life of the second year college student. And they're constantly seeking donations to make it through the next and the next. I wonder if any out there do that, because all I hear about, and again, I'm old and I don't know anything, but all I hear about are Kardashians and what they're wearing and what they're, they got a new hairdo, or they got a new earring, or they're wearing a brooch, or they're wearing these shoes. They went to this party. I understand that having a high schooler talk about their life, trying to go to college, and everything might be boring to most people, but it might be fascinating for those who are not familiar with the world of U.S. colleges, and or casual viewers who've wondered, well, yeah, my kid is in grade 5. This is coming up in 5, 6, 7 years. I got to deal with this. And they're watching today these YouTubers. I don't know. Is there any like that? I have no idea. Obviously, my vantage point from this age, completely different. Obviously, I'm a creator of 2 channels since 2017. I worked my ass off to put 2 channels together. A student who wants to do a channel with some real content in there, it's a serious work. This is the part-time job. I mean, this is the job that they could be doing at Starbucks to make money to go to school with, right? And the plan is to take you on the journey of my university career. Plus, I have to study on top of that. It might be too much. I understand. Again, I'm old. What do I know? Anyway, I'm doing what I can. What else is going on here? Coyote, if the stock doesn't move a single cent between now and January 2025, they will be worth the same amount. That's right. These deep in the money calls, these 5s are worth they're worth more money than they're trading at. Dudes, just giving those calls away, 2 years of time and nothing for it. I can't believe it. Coyote, I'm sure there's channels like that. Maybe not meant to expose prices and such, but more of a vlog, daily life type channel. Manager, I bought more SoFi. Now I have 5,000 in my other account, average 632. And if it goes up, I'll write those 7.5. Go down, I'll buy more. Bring it on. M. Grant, should we be prepared for a SoFi run if the Supreme Court rules against the tuition forgiveness? No, we'll just go with whatever. I would watch it as a German. Coyote, my channel was created in 2007, but I've never done it as a job, only as a hobby, because I like to make videos from time to time. There you go. No, I did my channel in 2017 as a job. I was creating a new career, traveling with Bruce. $12 to $14 hours a day, 7 days a week. I kicked ass trying to get that channel going. Yep. Love being a YouTuber. Love my YouTubers. GameStop, 1781. Tesla down 1169, 191, going lower again. $190.89 on Tesla. Yep. The bagel is done and it was good. Very nice. Coyote, I totally get that, Uncle Bruce. I just feel like if I turn my hobby into a job, it might burn me out. I see how much work you and others put into it. Oh, I hear you. Yeah, yeah. I decided 6 years ago, at age 62, this was it. This was the last gig I'm going to do. At 62, I figured, okay, this is it. I can do it from my home. Okay, I don't have to get in the car every morning. I don't have to drive for a living. I don't have to make a zillion phone calls. I can just work from my house with Jen beside me whenever we're both here together. Great. I have her to confide in, her to watch what's happening and help guide me. Got my daughter to help advise me. She was in her late 20s. I've got my consultant. I've got my my trusted advisors. Beautiful. And so that's how I got into it. But I was prepared to put in 70 hours a week to make this channel happen. TWB, Traveling with Bruce. And then in 2020, I started this channel, and here we are with 2 channels. And down the road, I got a website now with classes on it. I do one-on-one consulting. I do this live shows. I got the other channel. I'm certainly a busy person, and it has rewarded me financially to help make you guys money, which is great. And Jen has a new hip. And hey, thank you and thank me. Now next year she'll get the other one. And lifestyles have changed, the world has changed, and here we are still doing what we're doing. It's been an interesting time. Flint Creek, the videos kids are making are more about living in vans down by the river. Ed, all right, who's bidding up that $5 GameStop on me? Coyote, it's a good gig though, like you said. WFH, set your own hours. You can travel, works well with your particular lifestyle and interests. Bama Babe, do you pay your consultants? Oh, do I ever? Or are they your friends? My daughter gets out of me unbelievable stuff. Oh man. And then of course, friends of the family, they're eager to advise and help anyway. I mean, they're just enamored and are thrilled with how this channel has generated revenue and how the other channel is working. I mean, I have these 30-something kids out there who are friends of my daughter who are just going, your dad blows me away. I don't know any father like your father, period. Ever. Never met anyone like this guy. There's no one else like this guy. I can't. Anyway, it is pretty cool. Bama Babe laughing out loud. Of course, my daughter, she's doing okay. Jennifer and I flew her to Switzerland at our expense last year to come and join us for a week in Zermatt and Zurich. She'd never been there before. And she said to me like a month later, you know that trip you got me to send me out there? That was pretty cool, Dad. It's the finest present you've ever given me before. That is awesome. And she was thrilled that we could afford to do it. That was the other best thing. I mean, she's just over the moon. And I'm over the moon at how well she does as a copywriter. And so we're all just going, yeah, let's keep going. She works as hard at her profession as I do on this. And hard work pays off. That's the bottom line, kids. That's what it's all about. Anyway, fantastic. I had an email come to me the other day, which I was really thrilled about. I got an email the other day from a YouTuber, another YouTuber, and I will not divulge any of this info, but I will say this is an individual that's been a YouTuber for 12 years, 12 years, quite a while, and much larger than my channel. And I had the pleasure of once talking to this individual on the phone 4 years ago. Learned a lot from that individual and followed this individual religiously when I first started out as a travel channel YouTuber. And the gentleman reached out to me the other day to say, how you doing? Noticing, your travel channel's not as active as it used to be. Are you still doing stuff? Didn't know I had a second channel. And so I sent an email back and sent an update, and hope to communicate a bit more going forward. I still get a thrill talking to YouTubers that are, larger than my channel, these were people that inspired me to become a YouTuber and keep going at it. And he's still plugging away too, and he's 62 and I'm 68. So we're YouTubers in our 60s, and there are very few of us around. I mean, very few. And I really get a thrill out of that. But when I hear from any other YouTuber out there, with a private message, it's just wonderful that community exists as well. And I don't get to meet YouTubers in person. I don't know any here. There are YouTubers in this city. I'm sure I'm surrounded by creators all over the place. No idea where they are. Because I don't follow them on a minute-to-minute basis. I'm so busy here. How do I have time? But it is a unique thing to be doing this. As I say, I go to Costco and I don't bump into somebody and go, oh, hey, what do you do for a living? I'm a YouTuber. Oh, so am I. No, doesn't happen. Golf Mom headed to LA. Kid has a lesson with the coach at noon. I'll watch your final hour in the rerun on the drive home. See you later. Yes, see you later indeed. Looking forward to this. John Anderson, Uncle Bruce, I have 400 shares of Tesla. Looking at August 225s for $22. Should I go further out? Thank you. Thumbs ups. Thank you. 225s for August, $22. That'll bring you $8,800. Nothing wrong with $8,800. Yeah, I mean, you can certainly do that. Yeah, I mean, always be writing. The stock has to run up $35 just to get your calls to the money. This is good stuff. And if they want to run up to 215.20 in the next 2 months, do you care? No, you don't. The stock goes up there and you're still out of the money on your calls. Nice going. You're going to make money on these. I would imagine that if the shares drop another $20 to 170, these will drop to about $13, $12, $14, somewhere in there. So you're going to look at a 1/3 profit with a pullback of stock. Because it's an August call. If it were a May or an April call, obviously we're dealing with much shorter time frame. But hey, 2,200 a contract is called taking the money off the counter. I like that. I don't have a problem with that trade. I don't have a problem with a September contract or an October contract. If you can get $10 more, haven't got a problem with that either. It's up to you how you want to play it. Obviously, you're aware of the fact that time is your weapon. It's going to, pay you handsomely. You are looking at writing August 2025s. And I'm not even showing August here. I'm showing September's, but let me take a look at September's for this year. There we are. September 225s would be 2255 to 2275. Going beyond September, going to, let's say, November 2023. Let's see. That would be hauling in $28. Ballpark's another $6 for the month. Another $6 for the month. Going to December 2023s, if you went that far out, 225s would pay you $30. And if you went to 230s, you'd get 28 for 230s. If you went to 210s for December, you'd get $35, $36 for those. Again, this is a question of strike price, time, premium, everything else. There you go. Obviously, if you wrote 195s for just for the heck of it, you wrote 195s for this December, you would get paid $41 to $42 right now in premium. So 235, but writing 225s will get you $30. That's 255 on exercise. And of course, you can always do rollovers if necessary. But look, no problem writing closer in at all. There is nothing wrong with it. You want to write June contracts on Tesla. Let's see if I can get this iPad to wake the hell up. Boy, I tell you, it is not working for me right now. I don't think it's my iPad. It's my internet, which we have had looked at. Yeah, we're just renters. It's okay. Yeah, can't get it. I can't get it to work anymore. Anyway, September's, August's, June's, July's, $2,200 a contract. Giddy up. Robert, 160 on the thumbs up meter. Thank you for those of you who've been hitting thumbs up. I haven't been begging for them today. I don't want to sound like a broken record every single day on this. If you're giving us a thumbs up, thank you. If you just don't want to do it, I don't want to get you mad at me. Thank you, everybody, for helping out. Bobby, I know the YouTuber you're talking about, Uncle Bruce. I yell at my daughter to turn him down at night when I go to bed. She's also watching his new videos. Always watching his new videos. Manager Uncle Bruce, those 30, what is this? Those 3010 December 7.5 SoFi contracts I had rolled over a while ago for 137 are trading for 99 to 103. Fold hands for further decay. What do you think? Look, you're doing great. You're doing great. Every penny is $3,000 to you in depreciation. You're out of the money on SoFi, $1.22. And as each day and week goes by, the payoff is there. So there's no urgency to do anything. You got the dough. You're working the dough. Way to go. And you need to do nothing. Enjoy the depreciation. Zed, 163rd thumbs up. Thank you for the reminder. Thank you, Zed. I appreciate that. We're up 126, I guess, on the Dow right now. It would appear. Just bear with me here while I try to get my big S iPad to recalibrate itself. Here it goes. It looks like I can get it to happen. Tesla's 190, 198, 192, 21, down about 1050 now. There we are. The Dow up 128. S&P down 650. NASDAQ down 49. Natural gas trades at 280 for a million feet, down a penny. Weekly decline of 81 billion cubic feet of U.S. gas supplies. And oil is up 47 cents to 78.16 right now. That's what we got right here. Kiwi, I'm number 166. Thanks, Kiwi. All right. We've got SoFi at 630 down 14. GameStop 17.98 down 17 cents. Tesla down 10.46, Apple down 81 cents, HPQ down 44 to 28.42. We got ATIP up a half a penny, 35.6. Google down 26 cents. Now Moderna's up 83, Cisco's up 2, Pfizer off 9, IBM is up 2 cents, Microsoft up 138, ME up a penny, 234. Matterport down 5.5, Cyxtera up 6 cents. Rocket Lab down 14.5, SmartRent up a penny. Spire down 2 pennies. Not a lot going on. It's fractional trading, fractional differences here and there. Meta's down 117. What else here? Target up 136. JP Morgan down 239. Costco up 230. Walmart down 27 cents. Disney 97.91 down 63. Nvidia down 2 cents. American Airlines down 22 to 15.82. Airline news: United pilots signed off on a new contract, a 34% increase in pay from their last pay period to the end of this contract. That's over 4 years. And so a big bump up front, like 10, 11%, and then it's 5%, 6% a year after that. So that's gone through. Apparently, other airlines are going to follow suit. Pretty well the same kind of contracts will go forward. Splair, have a relaxed day, everybody. Mirko, there are 30 thumbs missing on this show. DH, Delta did 34. Okay. Mirko, come on, guys. Help Bruce out with thumbs ups. Well, thank you, everybody. If you do, you do. If you don't, You hate the show. It's okay. I can find another job. I could do something else. It's all right. There are stores hiring all over the place in Calgary. I could maybe get a job with the grocery store, or I could work at maybe a Starbucks or something. It's okay. Thank you. I'll do what I can. I'll get by. It's okay. All righty. Fun times at the OK Corral. Giddy up, everybody. Thank you for being here. Let me know how you're doing today. So happy for so many of you who've been able to score some real nice profits on your option writing strategies. It is fabulous. Congratulations, those of you who are taking classes. I've noticed the other day a couple of more folks signed up to take some more classes. Congratulations, Dale, John, Adrian, Stuart, Joe, Brent. Way to go. David, Bobby, Riley, William. Well done, everybody. Apparently, some folks are picking up, are sending me emails and saying, Bruce, you're sending me PayPal donations. Bruce, I'd like you to send me a postcard. You're taking Jennifer and I up on our offer to mail you a postcard from sunny Palm Desert. Thank you to Howard Wilkes. Appreciate that. We'll get you a postcard for sure. Appreciate you all. That was another one to join the party. Fantastic. We'll find out. I think we're going to end this tomorrow. Anybody who wants a postcard will finish it off tomorrow, and then over the weekend we will gather them up and get them out of here on Monday and get them out to you. Thank you all for that. It is appreciated. All righty, there it is. That's the story. We're 2 hours and 5 minutes into the session here, and I thank you all so much for joining us today. 178 thumbs ups. Thank you. We've got the markets, as I say, under some pressure here. Let's see. Let's see. Coyote is saying that Glassdoor has an average salary of Delta pilots at $112,000 a year. In Europe, they make $12,000 to $15,000 a month, says Mirko. Hector is saying, neat. There you go. Maybe it's time for a little knee attack to encourage stocks to go the way you want them to go. Thank you all for becoming members of this channel. The Gold Bagel level member, the Chillin' with Uncle Bruce Bagel level, and Karen jumping in with the knee emojis as well. Thanks for popping in for the knee emoji attack at the end of our program today. 180 thumbs ups. Thank you. Larry Titus, Option Nomads, here they come. Neat. Vash is here. Neat. Open your windows, yell at the top of your lungs like Mando does. Neat. That's right. The knee emoji attack is underway on Stock Markets with Bruce out of Palm Desert, California. Thank you all. I'll see you this afternoon at 3 o'clock for the final hour of trading. John Gill, neat, Bama Babe, neat. Thank you all very much. We'll see if we can shut this market down with even more profits. Zed Estate, neat. Here they come. They're coming in. The emojis out of control. It's a happening thing. Thank you all for your participation today. All right, we'll see you at 3. Talk to you later. Bye for now.